Hello, welcome to another episode. And today we'll be discussing about the first chapter, the Earth in the Solar System, from the class 6th textbook of geography, which titled as the Earth, Our Habitat. And there are basically 8 chapters in the class 6th textbook. Now we'll be going with the chapter number 1, the Earth in the Solar System. So other chapters are chapter number 2, globe, latitudes and longitudes, motions of the earth, maps, major domains of the earth, major landforms of the earth, our country and India, its climate, vegetation and wildlife. So coming to the first chapter, the earth in the solar system. So the introduction, and this textbook is for class 6th student, so it was introduced in the starting paragraphs with a sight, with a line of excitement. And here they have asked how wonderful it is to watch the sky after sunset. Every day we witness the sunset at evening times. And if not now, at least in our school days, we used to play on the streets and we used to look on the sunset, right? So that thing the paragraph have started with that line. How beautiful how beautiful the sky is after sunset. And we also have witnessed gazing stars with our parents, with our friends during night times in our childhood. And in my language is Telugu, so there used to be Chandamama songs also. There are many stories about moon, and whenever the child experiences in moon, especially in India, so the mother will be saying something about moon and making the child to eat the food during night times. And I could remember my moments so well. So this podcast aimed at summarizing the chapter number 1 with its engaging content. So let's dive into it. Uh, so this particular chapter started with explaining, describing about the moon. As we know that a moon has different forms and shapes, and we often see the Purnima, which is full moon. We enjoy those full moon days, and also the new moon Amavasya, where moon disappears. And this moon is a centroid, is a center for many poems by various poets also. So why can't we see that in daytime? Those things are have been given. Just think why you can't see moon and stars in the daytime. So, and then they have given about the sun, the moon, and all these objects shining in the night sky are called as celestial bodies. And some celestial bodies are very big and hot. They are made up of gases. They have their own heat and light, so which they emit in large amounts. And these celestial bodies are called stars. So the sun is the biggest star in the universe. It's a biggest star, and so and stars are very similar to sun, but we don't feel heat because they are very far away from us. How it is they have given an analogy. When you look at aeroplane which is flying miles of kilometers away from the earth, it seems very small. In the same way, the stars, the moon, the earth, all are a million miles apart. Because of that, you couldn't see them in a full size because you are so away. But in reality, you are very closer to your cosmic system. And while you're gazing at the stars, you notice various patterns formed by a distant group of stars, and these are called as constellations. So constellations are a group of stars that appear to form a pattern, or it appears a pattern. So whenever you observe, there are officially 88 constellations. In astrology also, we look on it with for example Gemini, Leo, Scorpio, Virgo, Pisces, and all these astrological symbols are there, and particularly in Hinduism. So these are called as constellations. And the most recognizable constellation is the Saptarishi. Saptarishi means, Sapta means in Hindi or Sanskrit it is 7. in Telugu also it's 7 only. Rishi means sages. So in Hinduism there are prominently 7 sages, and who are they in textbook they have not given, but we have to know because uh, we are the knowledge seekers. The first one is Atri, second one is Bharadwaja Muni, third one is Gautama Maharshi, fourth one is Jamadagni, fifth one is Kashyapa, sixth person is Vashishta Mahadev, and seventh is Vishwamitra. So these all characteristics, whenever you study about Rama and Mahabharat, you will get these characters in that. And other thing are, in ancient times people used to determine directions during the night. How they used to do is with the help of stars. And there is a north star. So north star indicates north direction. So how they will know that it is a north star? And people who are traveling, they will imagine lines are drawn joining pointer stars and extending further. So you imagine few stars in the sky and you will draw a line, so it will lead to a brightest star that you can see. It's called as north star. It is points towards the north. And this north star is used by the sailors in the ocean. So how beautiful the nature is. And the planets are celestial bodies which don't have their own heat and light. They are lit by the light of others. uh, Planet means in Greek it's planetia, planetai, which means wanderers. Wanderers means always roaming, always roaming. People are called wanderers generally. And the planets, they move around the sun, so they are called as wanderers. And according to Greek, it's a planet they call. So, and Earth is a beautiful planet. If we go and sit on a moon also, and if we see the Earth, it seems like Earth is a brightest star, because Earth is a planet, and Earth takes its heat and light from the sun and it reflects back. And that is given in the textbook. So the moon that we see in the sky is a satellite, and it's a natural satellite. It's a companion of the Earth, always stays around the Earth. So the interesting fact is that the Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus all have rings around them, and there is so small debris means dust and stone particles. And also Neptune have also rings, but it's made up of methane. It's a gaseous component. And Saturn also, and among the planets, Saturn possesses biggest brightest rings. And next we'll move through the what solar system. Around the sun, which planets moves? uh, After sun, the first planet is Mercury, and Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. And in my childhood I've learned about the Pluto also, but in 2006 they have the International uh, Astrological Union, it have decided to remove uh, Pluto as a planet, because it is very small, and they consider it as a dwarf planet, which means very small. And for Mercury it takes 88 days to make orbit around sun. For Venus it takes 255 days. For Earth it takes, as we know, 365 days. A new year we celebrate every 365 days. Leap year and those years are there. And for Mars it takes 687 days. And for Jupiter it takes about 12 years to orbit around sun. And for Saturn it takes 29 years, 5 months. And for Uranus it takes 84 years. And for Neptune it takes about 164 years. And now we'll slowly uh, see about this. Okay. And as we know that sun is the center of the solar system, and it's a very huge, and it's made up of hot gases. And it provides pulling force to bind. So the sun, due to its attraction forces, it attracts all the planets to move around them, that we call as gravity. And it is the ultimate source of heat and light for all the planets in the solar system. And why do see the sun is a boiling gaseous state with hydrogen and helium things, and why don't we feel that much heat? It is about 150 million kilometers away from us. It's If the heat is too much away from us, we don't feel that much heat. But although due to climatic changes we are feeling these days because of the heat waves. Okay. And all planets, they move around the sun in fixed paths, and we call them as orbit. And Mercury is nearest to sun, and it takes 88 days to complete. Venus is called as Earth's twin because of its similar shape and size. Until 2006, Pluto also considered as planet, and as we have said in a meeting at International Astronomical Union, a decision was taken to consider Pluto as a dwarf planet. And now we'll go to the Earth. The Earth, it's the third largest, it's the third nearest planet, and the fifth largest planet. And it's flattened at poles. That's why we call it as geoid. Geoid means Earth-like shape, and it is flat. So next, and when you look on characteristics of Earth is neither too hot nor too cold. It has life support gases like oxygen, and from outer space it appears blue. And when we look Earth from outer space, it appears so blue because as we know that the Earth is covered, the 75% of the Earth is covered by water, by the oceans, and that's why we call it as blue planet. So why that blue color appears is the water it absorbs red, yellow, and green light, and if more water molecules is there, then the more they collide. So in that way Earth appears very blue. It's so interesting. And in Google Maps also, whenever you see, you observe Earth as a blue. uh, so those things are there. And next we'll go to the moon. Before going to moon, there is an interesting fact that is being given. Neil Armstrong was the first man to step on the surface of the moon on 21st July 1969, and find out whether any Indian has landed on the moon. So there are we know that there are two prominent persons. One is Rakesh Sharma, and the other is Rajachari. So these two people have stepped to the moon. Uh, so our Earth has only one satellite, that is the moon, and its diameter is only one quarter that of the Earth, and it appears so big because it's nearer to our planet than other celestial bodies. It is about 3,84,400 kilometers away. Remember, it is about 3,84,400 kilometers away. Almost it equal to the 4 lakhs package for a software engineer. Just remember like that, 3.8 lakhs. They'll provide 3.8 lakhs in the TCS company. You can remember with that 3 lakh 84,400 number. And now you can compare the distance of the Earth and the Sun. And the moon moves around the Earth in about 27 days, and it takes exactly the same time to complete one spin. As a result, only one side of the moon is visible to us on the Earth. So if you want to have a diagrammatic view, just search on YouTube about the animation of moon that is revolving around the Earth. And the moon does not have conditions favorable for life. uh, it has mountains, it has plains, it has depressions also. And recently we have seen there might be a water in yeah, on the moon. There is a Chandrayaan 1 mission, 2 mission, Chandrayaan 3 mission recently. There are many satellites that went uh, and also uh, there. And you can look on Chandrayaan 3 also about the moon findings, how it is there and what's happening. And there are many pictures that have been released by ISRO also. If you want to see them, just go through that ISRO website and you can just witness the beauty of the moon. And next thing are asteroids. So asteroids are the solid, rocky, irregular objects, and the remnants of protoplanetary disk of dust and gas which have formed 4.5 billion years ago. And they are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Scientists are of the view that asteroids are parts of a planet which exploded many years back. So that is there. And the next given, its last topic for this chapter is about meteoroids. And the small pieces of rocks which move around the sun are called meteoroids. So meteoroids are the rocks which moves around the sun. Sometimes these meteoroids come near the earth and tend to drop upon it. During this process, due to friction with the air, they get heated up and burn. It causes a flash of light. Sometimes, as meteor, without being completely burnt, falls on the earth and creates a halo, and that is called as shooting stars. And Have you witnessed any time the whitish broadband, like a white glowing path across the sky? And these views you can find in Nordic countries, mostly in Europe, and we can see the gazing stars at in Rajasthan also. And coming to this gazing stars, in Rajasthan and Ladakh, the government have initiated a program regarding the gazing stars. Uh, just It's about planetarium, those things. Gazing stars program is there special. Just Google it and know about it. Uh, and this band is the Milky Way galaxy, and our solar system is a part of this galaxy. And in ancient India also, it was imagined to be a river of light flowing in the sky. Thus, it was named as Akasha Ganga. And the Bhu Ganga is Ganga, and the Akasha Ganga is the Milky Way. And a galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. So there are millions of such galaxies that makes the universe, and it is difficult to imagine how big the universe is. And the scientists are still trying to find out more and more about it. We are not certain about its size, and but we know that all of us, that you and I, belong to this universe, and we came from this universe, will die in this universe. And that's all for today, and we are ending the chapter 1 so beautifully. And so we need to know the at the end they have given some exercise that the most important thing is, what's the difference between a star and planet? Just think once, what's the difference? So the stars contains hydrogen and helium, whereas a planet contains rocks, ice, gas, and H2O. So stars have no orbiting proper orbiting paths, whereas planet have orbiting orbits around. And stars, they emit light, and a planet they don't emit light. They just grab from the sun and they'll give back. And stars are so hottest, and planets are always colder. And the stars are they have thermonuclear fusion, whereas planet no fusions. So what is called as Earth's twin is Venus. So third nearest planet is Earth, and the pole star that indicates the direction is the north. Um, and asteroids are found between Mars and Jupiter. That's it. And let's end this chapter 1. Thanks for listening. Bye bye. So tomorrow and the next episode we'll see about the globe, water latitudes and longitudes.